All right, so if you're gearing up for your IGCSE Maths exams, I'm sure the topic of grade boundaries has come up. They can feel like this big mystery, and honestly, a source of a lot of stress. But here's the thing. Understanding how they work is one of the most powerful tools you can have. So let's demystify them together. This is the big one, isn't it? It's the question I get asked more than any other. Everyone wants that single magic number to aim for. But as we're about to see, the real answer is actually way more interesting than just one number. And knowing the details is what will give you a real advantage. Okay, first things first, let's get on the same page. A grade boundary is simply the cutoff point. Think of it like a line in the sand. If the boundary for an A is, say, 124 marks out of 200, you need to score 124 or more. It's the official line that Cambridge draws after all the papers have been marked. Now, this is where so much of the confusion comes from. A lot of students hear from a friend or they see something online that you need X% for an A star, and they just assume that's a fixed rule. But the source material is crystal clear. This is a total myth, and believing it can really set you up with the wrong revision targets. And wow, this slide really proves the point. Just look at this range. In one exam session, 67% was enough to get that top A star grade, but in another, students needed to score as high as 83%. That is a massive 16-point difference. It just goes to show that the difficulty of the paper and how everyone performs plays a huge role every single time. Right, so seeing that huge range can feel a little unnerving. You might be thinking, well, hang on, if the goalposts are always moving, how am I supposed to aim properly? And that is a perfectly fair question. But don't worry, there is a very logical, data-driven way to handle this that takes all the guesswork out of it. And here it is. This is the key. Instead of getting fixated on one single past paper, especially one that was unusually easy or hard, the smartest strategy is to look at the average. An average smooths out all those crazy peaks and valleys, and it gives you a much more stable and realistic target to aim for. And here are the numbers to back that up. Based on the source's analysis, these are the average percentages you need. For that top A star grade, the average is 76%. For an A, it's about 62%. And you can see how it steps down for a B and a C. These are the numbers you can actually rely on, your benchmark for setting smart goals. So what does this all mean for you? Here's the bottom line. Based on those averages, if you are consistently scoring in the 80 to 85% range in your practice papers, you can feel really confident that you're on track for an A star. You're building in a buffer, a little safety net that protects you whether the paper is tough or easy. That is your safe zone. Okay, let's bust another myth that causes a lot of anxiety. I hear this one all the time. Students panicking because they're sitting variant 2 and they're convinced it's way harder than variant 1 or 3. So what does the data actually say? Well, the analysis shows that, the boundaries for variant 2 are on average a little bit higher, but we're only talking a couple of percentage points. Across 2 papers worth 200 marks, that's just a few marks here or there. So the idea that it's so much harder is just not supported by the numbers. The playing field is much, much more level than you might think. All right, let's pull all of this together into a simple, smart strategy for you. Step 1, accept that boundaries change. Don't base your whole plan on just 1 year. Step 2, set a smart target using those averages we talked about. That 80 to 85% safe zone is perfect for an A star. And step 3, the most important one of all. Focus your energy on your preparation. That is the one thing you have 100% control over. So if you remember just 3 things from this, make it these. First, grade boundaries are not set in stone. Second, using the average is the most reliable way to set your goals. And third, your preparation and how hard you work matters so much more than which exam variant you get. Focus on what you can control, and you'll be set up for success. Fundoo Tutor is a personalized learning platform that helps students succeed in Cambridge, IB, and other international curriculums, with expert mentorship, structured learning support, and engaging resources.